Hello, my brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Rev.Hagen's Horrific Cinematic Dissection. As always, I'm your host, Reverend Hagen, and as always, I'd like to welcome our listeners at SCRMradio.com. That's SCRMradio.com for all your horror and paranormal needs. Now, my brothers and sisters, tonight we're going to be looking at an amazing movie, The Dead Don't Die, released in 2019, written and directed by Jim Jarmusch, and starring my brothers and sisters, Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Tom Waits, Chloe Sevigny. I don't know her that well, so I just tortured her name. But that's not all. Steve Buscemi, Danny Glover, Caleb Landry Jones, RZA, Carol Kane, Tilda Swinton, Iggy Pop, Selena Gomez, Rosie Perez. Good Lord, the cast of this movie. But it's Jim Jarmusch's take on the zombies. Oh my gosh. It's about the small town sheriff, Bill Murray. Adam Driver plays his deputy, and we'll just call her Chloe because I don't want to butcher her name and last name again, or her other deputies. And the dead start rising. Right? Let's see. Steve Buscemi plays the prick farmer who's accusing Tom Waits, who's Hermit Bob, just fantastic, who lives in the woods and is kind of watching all this happening. Steve Buscemi is accusing Hermit Bob of stealing his chickens. All the animals are running away from town at the beginning of this movie. We don't know what's happening. Danny Glover plays a guy that owns the hardware store in town that's friends with Caleb Landry Jones, who runs the gas station. They're kind of adjoining stores. Danny Glover is in love with the gal that runs the diner. He's had this long-standing crush on her. Oh, my God. RZA plays the UPS guy who's just super friendly and obviously really cares about Caleb Landry Jones, who's a little bit off. Carol Kane plays a woman that is obsessed with Chardonnay, who's dead at the beginning of the movie, but of course who rises. Tilda Swinton is the mortician, who is a katana-wielding mortician. She's absolutely fantastic. Let's see, Iggy Pop plays another guy that you don't see until he becomes a zombie. But in this movie, instead of just craving flesh, they also crave the things that they were obsessed with in life. Like Carol Kane. You probably know best from, she was Latka's girlfriend in Taxi. She was also one of the ghosts in Bill Murray's Scrooged. She was the crazy fairy ghost. A wild actress, but when she was alive, she was obsessed with Chardonnay. So instead of just going, ugh, she goes, Chardonnay, Chardonnay. Iggy Pop is just like, coffee, because he's Iggy Pop. I guess back in the day he would have said cocaine or heroin, but now he's obsessed with coffee because he got clean. It's fantastic. Selena Gomez is in this movie, the pop singer and pop sensation. She's really good as somebody who's just driving through town with these two guys who end up staying in the hotel, this little hotel in town. But she's driving the car, the exact same make and model that they're driving at the beginning of Night of the Living Dead. It's a fantastic movie. Rosie Perez, who we just don't see enough of anymore. She was in Birds of Prey, that just came out recently. That, it wasn't bad, wasn't fantastic. The Harley Quinn flick. But I enjoyed it. But I digress again. Rosie Perez is in it, but she's just a TV reporter, so you only see her on TV when they're watching the news. It's just it's so bizarre, and everybody's so quirky and off the wall in this movie. It's absolutely fantastic. There's also another story of these 3 kids that are in like the small town detention center, which I thought was very strange, that escape, during the madness. Adam Driver is fantastic. Bill Murray. Can you ever go wrong with Bill Murray? I challenge you to show me a role, not a movie that was bad that he was in, but that he wasn't fantastic in. Because Bill Murray can't be anything but absolutely fantastic. Let's be honest. So, again, on this one, my hands are tied. 2 thumbs, not just thumbs. Desiccated, decomposing thumbs, away up. Don't miss this gem. It is fantastic. That's it. That's our show. As always, I'm your host, Reverend Hagen. And as always, I want to thank our listeners at SCRMradio.com. That's Scream. Radio.com for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll thank you very much. If you've got the means, if you'd like to support this show, you'd like to see us with some little more sets, maybe get some sponsorship, please be sure to become a patron. My Patreon at Patreon, my Patreon page. This is just ridiculous. I'm falling apart at the end of the show. Help me, Jeebus. The link is down below for the Patreon page. Where Angels Fear to Tread is my paranormal group that we do paranormal investigations. The link's down there as well as for Scream Radio merchandise. I know I get so many links, it's ridiculous. Also, as always, my brothers and sisters, you stay safe in this crazy time. Stay healthy, because there's still a pandemic going on. And you keep your heads up, because the Rev loves you. It's true. I love you. Have a great night, and have a pleasant tomorrow, as they always used to say. We'll see you later.